Hey everybody, what's up? It's Jay and welcome back. Today we are taking a look around Classified, the zombies map that is a remake of 5 from the original Black Ops. And I uploaded a video the other day, I think it was like 2 days ago, talking about that Samantha and Robert McNamara Easter egg in the room behind the spawn. Which originally I wasn't going to do that, but it was just something I found and I thought, I didn't really see any other videos on it. I know someone had found it before me, I wasn't the first. But I didn't really see any other videos on it, so I thought, you know what, let's get one up and let people know that this thing exists. But today we're going to broaden it out a bit and we are going to look at the entire map and not just small little Easter eggs. We'll be talking about the story and the mechanics of this map, how it works, how it flows, all that kind of stuff. And we'll just give it a little review, I think. We'll just give the map a little review as part of our first impression series. So yeah, let's kick things off with the story. If you watch the intro cutscene, you'll know that this map actually takes place between Shangri-La and Moon, which is pretty cool, I think. Because I know the original 5 map was a bit of a weird map because no one really knew how it fitted in with the greater story. And by greater story, I mean Richtofen's grand scheme, because that was, back in the day, back during Black Ops, Richtofen's grand scheme was like the big thing going on in the story. It was what you would, work towards in each of the Easter eggs. Every Easter egg was like a step closer to the finish of his scheme. And obviously that went all the way up until Moon, when you complete his scheme and he takes control of the zombies, which leads to Maxis destroying the world and all that other craziness. But yeah, this map we learned from Classified now. Although the original 5 map was, strange, no one really knew how it fitted in. And some people think it didn't fit, and some people think it was just like a side map to kind of fill up loose ends or something, I guess. Classified does actually fit in now. We know this because if you watch the intro cutscene, as I said, it takes place between Shangri-La and Moon. So the order of the maps goes from Shangri-La, then they go to Classified, and then they go to Groom Lake, and then they go to Moon. Which is nice that they cleared all that up. It's nice that they managed to fit this in somehow. And yeah, we've also got some radios. I found some of the radios. You've got some reels that you plug into the projector that's on the bottom floor in the labs, and then you get some recordings by Dr. Groff and a couple of other not Dr. Groff, what's his fucking name, Dr. Schuster. You get some recordings by Dr. Schuster and some other American scientists that were working at this Pentagon. And you don't really learn anything massive, like anything crazily new. It's more just clearing up loose ends. Like, for example, we learn that Richtofen had a hand in the splitting up of Group 935 after the war, when scientists from Group 935 and their research were taken both by the Soviet Union to work for the Ascension Group, and then they were also taken by the Americans to work for Broken Arrow, which was like the American version of Group 935. And obviously the two main facilities of Broken Arrow, the American Group 935, their two main facilities were here at the Pentagon and also in Groom Lake, which I think is why they added in Groom Lake into Classified as like a side area that you can go to. Obviously it's also where Pack-a-Punch is. And it also helps us understand how they got to the Moon from here. So in terms of storyline, this map, like I said, it doesn't have anything like majorly new to it. Obviously I don't really think many people were expecting that, because this does, obviously it goes back to the Ultimus characters, the 1.0 timeline, which we already know what happens with that. Eventually it leads to Black Ops 2. And then during Buried, you either choose Richtofen or Maxis, depending on which side of the Easter egg you complete, to ultimately win, I guess. And then after that, it goes to Origins. And the 2.0 or Premise timeline, however you want to call it, you get all of that. So, in terms of gameplay, I think this map works really well. It's mostly, I would say, probably 80 to 90% the same as 5. You've also got the Groom Lake, as we were talking about, and then you've got a couple of new areas. One behind the spawn, which was originally a zombie spawn in the original 5 map, but this time in Classified they've changed it into a whole new area. It's not that big, there's like 2 rooms I think, but you've also got the Samantha and McNamara Easter egg that I showed you the other day, which is a nice way to get like between 6,000 to 7,000 points all on round 1, so it's a good thing to use as a starting strategy. But they've got that room. They've also got the little room full of computer terminals and servers and whatever else is in there, which is pretty much where I'm running now. You've got this main war room in the middle here, the 2nd floor. And then on the 2nd floor, they added in that little room to the side, which has got a teleporter in it. and also a couple of other things to do with the Easter egg. And I think there's a part spawned in there as well, I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, there's that room, and then apart from that, it's all the same. Well, it's not all the same, you've got Groom Lake as well, but apart from those 3 areas, it's all the same. And it works just the same as the original 5 map. I think my favourite spot to train is in the middle, the war room. It's the biggest area. You've just got to open up those 2 little pieces of debris so you can get like the entire circle to train around, and it becomes quite easy. All you've got to worry about is, because obviously there isn't Jug in Black Ops 4 Zombies, you've just got to worry about, you know, not taking too many hits and not doing anything stupid. But yeah, that's all in all, that's more or less classified. It's just, you know, the same map that we've always loved. I think it's better. I do think it's better than the original. I thought the original, it was a good map, but I got quite bored of it because there wasn't really that much to do. This map is a lot more entertaining. I like how they've managed to squeeze it into the storyline, even though originally I don't think it was meant to be part of the storyline. Because the original 5 map, like I said, it was quite a strange map. It was technically part of the story. It was more a map that was used to clear up loose ends, and it is still that way to some extent. Except this time, it clears up loose ends whilst also having, you know, another major part in the story, which is nice. Because obviously, like, we know most of what happens in the 1.0 universe, the 1.0 timeline, or the Ultimates timeline. It really doesn't matter what you call it, it all means the same thing. We know what happens all in all, but it's nice for them to clear up all the smaller details into one nice, neat little package in Classified here. So that's more or less it. The map plays really well, I like it. It's probably maybe my second favourite map. I think I like Blood of the Dead the most. And then it would be between this map and Voyage, and I think 9 is the map I like the least. That's not to say it's a bad map by any means, I just like it the least, I think is the best way to put it. I'm not really sure why. Maybe it seems to be smaller than the others. I'm not sure whether that's just me, but you know, it doesn't really matter, because like I said, we'll get to that in the final episode of this little series here. And yeah, that's more or less 5. There isn't, well, not 5, it's Classified, isn't it? 5 is the original. I think it is an improvement over the original. I like playing this map a lot, and there is a lots to do. I'd need to figure out the Easter egg still. I'm not sure if anyone has yet actually figured out the Easter egg on this map, but I need to do that, or at least I need to try. I probably won't be the first. Well, no, I definitely won't be the first, I can tell you that for nothing. But yeah, it would be nice to figure out maybe a couple of steps and then just see what you know, everyone else finds. But yeah, so to sum up what we've learnt here in terms of story, obviously this map, it takes place between Shangri-La and Moon. The reason why they end up coming here is because I think it's Dempsey accidentally uses the shrink ray in the teleporter, because originally it looks like they wanted to teleport straight to Moon from Shangri-La, but and Dempsey uses the shrink ray, and just like the DG2 did back in Doriz, when they use the shrink ray in the teleporter, it kind of tears a hole, I think, in space-time. It fucks the teleporter up, and they go hurtling through space-time, and they land in the early 1960s. So it's kind of like opposites. The DG2 sends them forward in time, but the shrink ray sends them back in time when they use it in conjunction with the teleporter. So then they travel back in time, accidentally of course, and they land here in the Pentagon during the early 1960s. And they fight the zombies. Eventually they manage to get to Groom Lake, and then that's where Moon really starts, is when they get to Groom Lake. Because obviously then they travel to the Moon, and then Richtofen completes his scheme, Maxis destroys the Earth, and then that's pretty much it. We go to Black Ops 2. So yeah, I think I'll begin to wrap it up here. That's more or less everything I wanted to say. Just an overall really solid map. I like playing it. And it's not that bad to go for high rounds either, especially like you're seeing me do here, just running around the middle of the war room, training the zombies, trying not to die, just taking short bursts of them, short bursts at them with your gun. And yeah, so thanks for watching everyone. Tomorrow or the day after, it really depends how much time I have, I will be making the final episode of the series, which will be the map 9. So until then everyone, thanks for watching and peace out.